Pythagoras theorem is applicable for right angled triangles. Okay. It is a relation between the sides of the triangle. Now I have done a few applications of Pythagoras theorem in your class 8. Okay. Let us see what Pythagoras theorem here is formally. You have a right angle triangle. If a right angle triangle is given to you, and you know that the right angle here is at C. Okay. This triangle, if you know that one of the angles is 90°, then you call it a right angle triangle. Okay. Now the next thing is, once you know right angle triangle, next thing is to identify which one is the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. It's very important. Okay. So once you know that one angle is 90°, you know which angle is 90°. Look at the side that is opposite to this angle. You see this side AB, which is opposite to the 90° angle. This is called the hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse.
Okay. And 90°, remember, is the largest angle. These two angles will always be less than 90°. Okay. Is the largest angle or the greatest angle. Okay. So whenever you are given a right angle triangle, first of all, you will have to identify which one is the hypotenuse. So to identify the hypotenuse, you will have to see which angle is given to you as 90°. See, if this angle is given to you as 90°, then opposite to this 90° angle must be our hypotenuse. Okay. So this is how you identify the hypotenuse in a right angle triangle. Next is we come to the Pythagoras theorem. Once you have identified the hypotenuse in a right angle triangle, the theorem states, Pythagoras theorem states that the square in any right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse, this is the Pythagoras theorem, it states that the square of the hypotenuse must be equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. What are the other two sides? This is one side, this is one side. Now one side is called the perpendicular and the other side is called the base. Suppose I want to call this side as the perpendicular. Suppose I want to call AC as the perpendicular, this one, right? Then this becomes my base. It can be the other way around also. You want to call this as your perpendicular, no problem. And then you call this as your base. Okay. So it does not matter which order you take, but a hypotenuse, you must be very sure about which one is the hypotenuse. According to Pythagoras theorem, the square of the hypotenuse must be equal to square of the perpendicular plus the square of the base. Okay, this is your Pythagoras theorem. We have applied this theorem earlier also, and now we will do more problems on this. Now, hypotenuse here, if you see, this is our hypotenuse, this side. So AB is our hypotenuse. Perpendicular here is AC. And base here we have taken as BC. Okay. So this is our Pythagoras theorem. Now, if I want to call, suppose if I want to call this side, suppose I call the side AC as B. I want to call the side BC as say A, and I want to call the side AB as C. Then I can write C square is equal to B square plus A square, or A square C square is equal to A square plus B square, where B is the length of this side, A is the length of this side, and C is the length of this side. Okay. So now let us move on to one
Sir,
application. Just tell me.
sir, why you have wrote B, C, and A between the A and C?
That is the way normally you take the inner triangle. Okay. You have A and C. So you take this side as B. If you have B and C here on two sides, you take this side as A. That is the normal convention of taking. Okay, you can take anyone, but normal convention, this is the way you should be taking up, because later on in your class 11 and 12, you'll be taking, you'll be dealing with in this way only. You will be calling the side BC as A, you'll be calling the side AC as B, and you'll be calling the side EB as C. Understood?
Yes, sir.
You should get habituated to this. In fact, you can take any, you can take XYZ, anything you can take. So next is once we have finished the Pythagoras theorem, let's see an application of Pythagoras theorem. Question here is, foot of a 10-meter long ladder leaning against a vertical wall is 6 meters away from the base of the wall. Let us say that this is the base. This is the wall. Okay. And say a ladder is leaning here on this wall. Okay. And this is your floor. Okay. Let me just extend it so that you know this is the floor. This is the floor. Okay. Now this is your ladder then. It is leaning against this wall. Okay. And foot of a ladder, let's call this point as A, and let us call this point as C, and let us call this point as B. So clearly the wall must be perpendicular to the floor. So this angle is 90 degree, right? So now let's see what is given. Foot of a ladder 10 meter long. Length of the ladder is 10 meter. Is 6 meters away from which is the foot of the ladder? This B. The point B is the foot of the ladder. It is how much distance away from the wall, from the base of the wall? This is the base of the wall, C, right? What is the distance between the base of the wall and the foot of the ladder? This is the
6 meters.
yes, base of the wall. The point C, and this is the foot of the ladder. And so this length is given to be 6 meters, right? The question is, find the height of the point on the wall where the top of the ladder reaches. This A point here is the top of the ladder. Top of the ladder, right? So now the question is, find the height of the point on the wall where the top of the ladder reaches. That means top of the ladder will reach this height, right? That means this is the right angle triangle. So clearly triangle ABC is right angled at which point? At C. So therefore we identify the hypotenuse. AB is the hypotenuse. Right? So once we have identified AB, now we shall use Pythagoras theorem. From Pythagoras theorem, it's actually Pythagoras' theorem. Okay, from Pythagoras' theorem, we have hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus b square. Next, we know the hypotenuse. We have identified the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is AB, right? AB square. Perpendicular. Let us take this length as a perpendicular. So AC square, and base is this length here, BC square. Now let us put what we know. We know AB to be 10, so this becomes 10 square. And AC here we have to calculate. We write AC square as it is, and B. Okay, all of you can see the screen, and can you hear me clearly now? Yes, can all of you hear me and see the screen? Okay, we got disconnected for a while. Okay, so AB square, you know the length of AB, so you put the length of AB as 10. AC we need to calculate, and BC they know the length to be 6. Okay, so now you can calculate AC from here. So 10 square is 100, AC square plus 36. That means you can take 36 on the other side, get 100 minus 36 is equal to AC square. That means AC square is 100 minus 36 is how much? 64. That means AC is square root of 64. We'll take the positive square root only because length cannot be negative. So therefore, this is equal to 8 meters. And that is what we needed to calculate. What was here we say question was find the height of the point where the top of the ladder reaches. So height of the point where the top of the ladder reaches is equal to AC, which is equal to 8 meters. That's it. Any question on this problem?
No, sir.
Now, converse
No,
of
sir.
Pythagoras theorem. This is the main thing. Okay, this you must be very clear about because you will be using this later on also. The converse of Pythagoras theorem. What do you mean by converse? Now, see, in Pythagoras theorem, a right angle triangle was given to you, right? So, what did you know? That if I give you this triangle, and you knew that this triangle was right angle, right? Say it was right angled at B. You knew where the 90-degree angle was. But suppose if you don't know whether a triangle is right angled or not, let us suppose if I give you a triangle in this manner, and if I only give you the length of the triangles, then what will happen? Say I give you a triangle in this manner. Right? And say if I only give you the length of the sides, we don't know whether this triangle is right angled or whether this triangle is not right angled, but we know the length. Suppose we know the length of this to be 5 centimeter. We know the length of this to be 4 centimeter, and we know the length of this to be say 3 centimeter. Okay. Now the question is we want to check whether this this triangle is right angled or not. We only know the sides, right? So what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to choose the greatest side. This is what the converse of Pythagoras theorem is. Okay, more than the statement, the meaning of the application of the converse is important. I'm showing you the application. Okay. Step one, first what you'll do is square the greatest side. Square the greatest side. Here, what is the greatest side? Here, AC is the greatest side. And what is the length of AC? AC is 5 centimeter. That means what is AC square? AC square is 5 square. That is 25. So first step is I take the greatest side, square it, and I find out. Next step is I take the other two sides, calculate the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Of the other two sides. What are the other two sides? AB is 4 centimeter, BC is 3 centimeter. AB is 4 centimeter and BC is 3 centimeter, right? So what I do is I calculate the square of this also. AB square is 4 square, which is equal to 16. I calculate BC square, which is 3 square, which is equal to 9. And what I do is I calculate the sum of the squares of the two. Therefore, AB square plus BC square is equal to 16 plus 9, which is equal to 25. In the next step, once I have finished step one, that is once I have squared the greatest side, and I've squared the sum of the lengths of the other two sides. Next step is to check whether this square, the sum of the square of the greatest side, is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So check whether the square of the greatest side is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Right? So what do I do here? We are in step one, the greatest side is square. How much have we calculated? 25. So here AC square is equal to 25. And in step two, what have we calculated? AB square plus BC square as 25. AB square plus BC square is equal to 25. Therefore, what do we see? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, right? So we have seen that this AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Then how do we locate the right angle? Where is the right angle? Now what you do, you look at the figure. Okay, now you see which one is the greatest side. Once you have, remember, the first thing is to show that to show this. Okay, once you have shown this, only then you go back to the triangle. You go back to the triangle and check which one is the greatest side. This one is the greatest side. What is the angle opposite to this greatest side? This one, right? Then this angle must be the 90-degree angle. Understood? Here we have located the right angle triangle, right? So
Yes, sir.
now the angle opposite to the greatest side AC equal to 5 centimeter is the right angle. That is, in this case, the way I have drawn the triangle, angle B is equal to 90 degree. That is, we say triangle ABC is right angle at B. This is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So note the Pythagoras theorem. Note the difference between the Pythagoras theorem and its converse. The difference between Pythagoras theorem and its converse is that in Pythagoras theorem, you know where the right angle is. You know that this angle is 90 degree, and therefore you can write AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square. But in the converse of the Pythagoras theorem, you don't know where the right angle is. You only know the length of the sides of the triangle. You don't know whether it is right angled or not, but you can check whether this is right angled or not with the help of converse. How do you check? You take the greatest side, square it, and then you take the other two sides, square them and add them. And now you check whether the square of this is equal to the sum of the squares of this two sides. If they are equal, that means there is a right angle somewhere. Okay, so now where is the right angle? Now you take the greatest side and you see opposite to the greatest side will be the right angle. That is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. Let us see a problem related to this. I think I have missed out a page or what. Let's see. Okay, look at this. Yes, here is this example. Look at this. Length of the sides of triangles are given below. Determine which of them are right angled. Okay. Also write the length of the hypotenuse. So what I'll do is the first one. Let us consider the first one. I draw a right angle triangle. Not right angle, any triangle. In fact, I want to check whether this is the right angle or not. Which one is the hypotenuse? So I draw a triangle and I take the lengths. Let us take the length of AC as 13 centimeter. Let us take the length of AB as 12 centimeter. And let us take this length as 5 centimeter, right? So question here is determine which of them is a right angle triangle. So let us see the first one here. The length of the sides are given. So let AC is equal to 13 centimeter. AB, you can take in any order you want. AB is equal to 12 centimeter and BC is equal to 5 centimeter. So what is the first step? Squaring the greatest side. Greatest side is AC. 13 square, 169, right? Second step was sum of the squares of the other two sides. AB square plus BC square is how much? 12 square plus 5 square,
169.
which is equal to 144 plus 25, which is 169, right? Now check whether these two are equal. Yes, they are equal, right? So therefore, we have got AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. That means there is a right angle somewhere, which one side is the hypotenuse. So which side is the hypotenuse? The greatest side is the hypotenuse. Therefore, from the converse of Pythagoras theorem,
Sir, the biggest side will be the hypotenuse.
yes, the greatest side
Yes,
AC
sir.
must be equal to the hypotenuse, equal to 13 centimeter, right? And which one is an angle? 90-degree angle. Opposite to the greatest side, you see this angle here is the 90-degree angle, and angle B is equal to 90 degree, right? So that's it. That is how you apply the converse. Yes, tell me.
So if there is not same, then what we will do?
Then you can conclude that this is not a right angle triangle. We'll see in the next example. Okay. Let's see the next example. Let's draw a triangle, any triangle. Length of the sides of the triangle are given to you. Any triangle. Let us take the greatest side as 8 centimeter here. You can take AB also, no problem. Okay. Let us take AB as 6 centimeter and let us take BC as 3 centimeter. So I say let AC is equal to 8 centimeter. AB is equal to 6 centimeter. BC is equal to 3 centimeter. So what is the first task? Greatest side, square it. You get how much? 64. Calculate the sum of the squares of the other two sides. AB square plus BC square is how much? 6 square plus 3 square, which must be equal to 36 plus 9, which is equal to 45. Now check whether these two are equal. They are not equal, right? So here AC square is not equal to AB square plus BC square. Hence, triangle ABC is not right angled. Triangle ABC is not a right angled triangle. Clear? If it is not a right angle triangle, then the question of hypotenuse does not occur, isn't it? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
sir.
Fine. That is what the converse of Pythagoras theorem is. Converse of Pythagoras theorem is used just to check whether a right angle triangle is whether a triangle is right angled or not. Okay. Now, very interestingly, one more interesting point that I would like to mention before I end. suppose I give you a right angle triangle. You already know this is a right angle triangle, okay? Suppose I give you a right angle triangle, say ABC, and I say this is the right angle, and I give you the length of the hypotenuse as say 5 centimeters. Can you find out the length of the other two sides?
Yes, sir.
How? Tell me how.
Sir, by-
You don't know the other two sides. Yes, anyone?
So
Sir,
by taking x,
sir,
By
I will say,
taking
sir.
x. Okay, fine.
Sir,
If I take x here, and if I take what? What should I take BC as? Tell me.
so first we will do with this x and 5 centimeter only to find this part.
BC. Okay, BC.
Yes,
AC
sir. Then
square.
what we will get as BC,
Hmm.
then we will then we will use this BC and AC to find this AB.
Okay, fine. Let's find out BC. 25 is equal to x square plus BC square. That means BC square is 25 minus x square. Okay, fine. We have found out BC square. That means BC is square root of this. Okay, after this, tell me what to do. After this, tell me.
Yes, sir. After finding this square root, we will take this as BC. Then
Hmm.
we will find this AB with the formula of AC and BC.
No, because you cannot apply a Pythagoras theorem in one triangle more than once. Understood? You cannot
Okay,
apply
sir.
Pythagoras theorem in one triangle in the same triangle more than once. You are applying Pythagoras theorem in the same triangle more than once, right? So it does not make any point. So very interestingly here, what I would like to mention, and please take note of this, we are going to use this later on in our sums also, that suppose if I give you a right angle triangle ABC here, given triangle ABC is right angle at B, where the length of the hypotenuse is also given to you, 5 centimeter. Then what is the length of the other two sides? Remember in class 9, class 8, you have done Pythagorean triplets. See that 3,
yes,
4,
sir.
5 is a Pythagorean triplet, right? Right? 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagorean triplet. See 5 here. So 5 is your hypotenuse. Now this 3 and 4, you can take the length of AB. You can take the length of AB as 3 centimeter. You can take the length of BC as 4 centimeter. Or you can take this as 4 centimeter and you can take this as 3 centimeter. Is it clear?
Sir, I am not understood.
If the length of this side is given to you as 5 centimeter, fine, I'll explain this in the next class. Okay, time is up almost.